attack, explosions, stuff like that. Here in Dallas, there's a guy went to a Walmart in one of the suburbs, Kaufman, and went in there and targeted a specific employee of Walmart, a man, and shot and killed him. And then he shot himself, trying to do a murder-suicide thing, I'm assuming, but he didn't kill himself. He actually is in critical condition in the hospital the last time I checked. So that's the deal on that. And then in Denver, they shut down the main terminal there because of something possibly going off there. So, man, been a rough one. It's been rough, man. Hey, why is it that, like I was talking about from The Real, Adrienne Bailon, who is apparently dating Israel Houghton, and apparently she's being dragged because they say that she's been dating him since he was married. He was still married. Now, his marriage has been on the rocks for years. Yes, guns will always be the problem with terrorists. In this country, there's a little bit too much freedom with guns, in my opinion, but I respect the NRA. I respect them totally. I just wish they would be willing to work with people who want gun legislation. Just work with us on this, all right? Just work a little bit with us to try and keep guns out of people. But you know what? The bottom line is this when it comes to guns in this country. The guns in this country that are doing the harm, they're already in the streets. They're already out there. They've been out there for a while. You're not going to get those guns off the streets. Those guns are out there. Those are illegally in the streets, for lack of a better way to put it. Those are not the guns that the NRA needs to be concerned. You know, that's not the guns the NRA is trying to protect. This are two separate issues, right? So what needs to happen is if you get caught with a gun and you have no license for it, anything like that, then you should be forced to have to do a mandatory minimum time without exception. It should just be that way. There should be a penalty to pay for that. Now, if you got your license and you got your concealed and carry and all that, you're good. And when that becomes a problem, we'll have to address that. But for right now, these guns, these loose guns, they're all over the place. There is the problem. That's the problem right there. So, but Adrienne Bailon is being accused of dating Israel Houghton when he was still married. And how come he's not being accused of anything? He was the one who was married. If that's true, I don't think it's true, but if that's true, then, you know, how come guys don't get dragged? Why is that? When a woman finds out her man's cheating on her, why she want to whoop the woman's behind? Why don't you whoop your man's behind? Your man, the one you're laying with every night. The one that you're making love with every night. He's putting it down somewhere else, and you're not mad at him, or you're not willing. You don't want to do anything to him, but you want to scratch the other woman's eyes out. That's never made any sense to me. That's just bananas. I don't get that. That's just. Hey, did you guys hear about the guy in Florida who he tried to buy a $60,000 BMW with his credit and using a bunch of EBT cards, food stamps? Did you hear about that? And of course, the dealership says, no, that's we can't approve that. Yeah, nothing makes sense anymore. You're exactly right. There's a whole lot of things going on in the world that doesn't just not make sense anymore. But this guy in Florida, so they tell him no. So he comes back later. There's a break-in at the dealership after hours, and 60 sets of keys are missing, and that BMW that he was wanting to buy, that particular one is missing. And of course, nobody keeps a secret, so he tells somebody, and they call the police, and the guy didn't have any money to put gas in the tank, so the BMW he stole, it ran out of gas in the middle of an intersection, so they got him. Now he's going to jail. Come on, man. Would you aim high? Could you aim higher for a brother? Can you just help me out here and aim high? Just aim a little higher. That's it, man. Because if you try and buy a $60,000 car with food stamps, with EBT cards, you've got to know the chances of you being able to pull that off are next to nothing. So that tells you right there, you're doing it wrong, man. And then you come back the same day, you come back that night and steal the car. And you don't have money for gas. What are you going to do? What do you do with people like that? What do you do? I mean, what can you do? I mean, we can't thin the herd like we want to. People just, the thirst is real, man. He wanted that ride in the worst way possible, and if he couldn't get it with food stamps and his credit, he was gonna steal the car. Never mind the fact that he ain't got no gas money. He'll figure that out down the road, so we thought, but he didn't, and he ran out of gas. Now, did he leave the car there, or was he sitting there trying to figure out something when they got him? That's what I would want to know. But dude, you're doing it wrong, man. You're doing it wrong. You're not cut out for this. You're not cut out for this, man. Just, AKA, you stupid. Man. Now explain to me this. Kirk Franklin is in concert in Washington, D.C., and he's doing his mega hit from years ago, Melodies from Heaven, and he's doing it over a remix of Lil' Kim's Crush on You. And that's ticked people off. I don't understand why that would make people mad. I mean, the message is the song itself, not the music. It doesn't matter what beat he puts it over. The message in gospel music, that's the most important thing. It ain't about the music. Maybe I'm looking at it. Am I looking at it wrong? If I'm looking at it wrong, someone tell me, because that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Of how, in fact, this can be an issue. I don't know. Just, it's kind of strange. But there are bigger fish to fry, man. And the fact that he's doing a gospel song over a hip-hop beat, that's not one of the things we should be concerned with. Let's keep our eye on the ball. All right? Can we do that? President Obama's in Cuba. He's being criticized for not coming back after the massacre in Brussels, the terror attack there. I think if it would have happened in this country, God forbid, he would have come back. But what do y'all want him to go to Brussels? What do y'all want him to do? You know, he's on this Air Force One, which has everything he needs. I mean, explain that to me. Explain that to me. What can he do by coming back to America for Brussels that he couldn't do from Cuba? And I'm not saying that just because he's President Obama. If he was President Bush, I'd be thinking the same thing. Why? There's nothing he couldn't do from Cuba on Air Force One that he can't do from the White House? He's got the launch codes. He's got everything he needs. I mean, come on, man. Y'all just not being realistic. But you know what? To be fair, he's not the only president who's been criticized for not coming back to America when something's popped off in the world. I can recall that happening to a lot of presidents on both sides of the aisle. Republican presidents, Democratic presidents. I've seen that happen before. So it's not like it's exclusive to President Obama, although there's enough things that he's been criticized for that have been exclusive to him. But this is not one of them. That's happened before. It's just now you're being silly. Just hush. Hush your mouth. You're being silly now. Stop. Just stop. For the love of baby Jesus, just stop. I don't know, man. That's just the peoples. The peoples, man. Did you see the video of Adele twerking? Have you seen that? Have you seen? Hey, you know, twerking's a thing now. You know, all I got to do is see my wife twerking, and then I'm just gonna resign. I'm gonna just resign from life and go live in the woods. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think my wife is sexy as hell, but I don't. You know, I don't think she needs to twerk to be sexy. Not to me. She don't have to twerk to be sexy to me. She can just sit there and be sexy, and that's good enough for me. She's everything, you know what I'm saying? But Adele twerking that's just gold. That's just gold. You hear me? You heard me? So we're running really late on the Men on Scandal, but we're recording it tonight. It's just hard to coordinate everybody's schedules. And the thing is that Sunday, my power just kept going out. Like every 40 minutes, the power would snap. It would go out. And I was getting very frustrated with that. But that's what was going on with that. So, but we're going to record it tonight. Hopefully I can get it up tonight, too. We'll see what happens with that. But that's the deal on that. Lost another pound. Went and got weighed in today on my Slim for Life program. And lost another pound. So I'm at 243. Trying to get to 43 more pounds. Trying to get there, you know. The owner of the station says, you're losing weight. Yeah, we're still doing Men on Scandal. Wondering if we're still doing Men on Scandal. And someone posted on Periscope. And we are. It's just tough getting our schedules together because I work in the afternoon and Troy works in the morning and in the midday and Mark works at night. So trying to be able to, like, you know, get everybody on the same page is almost impossible. And though we'll do it with two, we prefer all three because I think everybody brings a unique perspective to the program. But and hopefully we'll be able to get everybody in tonight. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what's up with that. So yeah, man. Let's see, where am I at here? Because I got to get ready to give away these tickets. Tracy Morgan's going to be at WinStar Casino, which is in Oklahoma, I think, about an hour or so away on Saturday for a concert. So I'm going to give away some tickets for that in just a second. So that's the story with that. And of course, the news is all about what happened in Brussels. ISIS says it was their deal. They're responsible for it. They're claiming responsibility. So what happens from there, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what's up with that. But yeah, so that's that. What else is going on? Let's see. I got that. And yeah, that's about it right there. So, all right. So let me tell you guys, I got to go because I got to give away these tickets. So I'll do that coming up tomorrow, hopefully, again, right? You join us tomorrow for this. Tell your friends to join us on Periscope, on YouTube Live, and on Facebook as we do a TriCast. It's a quadcast if you count the radio. So there you go. All right, take it easy, Periscope. See you tomorrow. All right. And